What were George Washington's real presidential precedents? Imagine stepping into a role that has no clear blueprint, where every decision sets a new standard for those who follow. When George Washington became the first president of the United States, he faced this very challenge. His actions and choices would shape the office for generations to come, but what exactly did he base his leadership on? Washington drew heavily from his military background, especially his experience as commander-in-chief during the American Revolutionary War. His understanding of leadership, discipline, and strategic decision-making influenced how he managed the executive branch. For example, his approach to civilian control of the military emphasized that the armed forces should be subordinate to elected civilian authority, setting a precedent for future presidents to uphold the principle of civilian supremacy over the military. He also established the tradition of a peaceful transfer of power by voluntarily relinquishing his office after serving 2 terms. This act was unprecedented and became a fundamental precedent for the peaceful transition of power in the United States. Washington believed that the legitimacy of the presidency depended on the consent of the governed, and his decision reinforced the idea that the presidency was not a lifetime appointment but a position accountable to the people. In terms of the structure of the executive branch, Washington set the precedent of forming a cabinet of advisors, including the Secretary of State, the Secretary of the Treasury, and the Secretary of War. Although the Constitution did not explicitly requiring a cabinet, Washington's reliance on these trusted officials established the cabinet as an essential component of presidential decision-making. Washington also set the precedent of issuing a formal inaugural address, which articulated the principles and responsibilities of the presidency. His address emphasized national unity, the importance of the Constitution, and the need for the United States to remain neutral in foreign conflicts. This speech became a model for future inaugural addresses, framing the tone and expectations for the office. Furthermore, Washington avoided the development of political parties and maintained a stance of neutrality in domestic political disputes. His leadership demonstrated that the presidency could serve as a unifying force rather than a tool for partisan interests. This approach influenced how presidents managed political factions and sought to maintain national stability. In summary, George Washington's real presidential precedents included establishing civilian control of the military, voluntarily stepping down after 2 terms, forming a presidential cabinet, delivering a formal inaugural address, and promoting national unity and neutrality. These actions laid the foundation for the office of the presidency and continue to influence American political culture today.